Car Talks. Car Talks, Volume 2. So today, my son told me he wanted to be a YouTuber. Kind of in that moment, I realized I was gonna have to be one too. Because if he's gonna do it, he's gonna ask me for help, and if I'm gonna help, I'm gonna have to know how to do it. Only way to know how to do something is do it. And hey guys, I guess I'm a YouTuber now. So it's interesting. This interest. Well, somehow my interest in both my personal life and my professional life leads me to sitting and putting my face on camera and talking to it. So it's an exercise I've tried to avoid for a long time, but we just got to do it. So, you know, it's funny, you have kids and suddenly you're just willing to do stuff you would just be like, no, I don't need to do that. It's like, well, now I guess I'm doing it. I guess I gotta. I don't even have a choice in the matter anymore. So, you know, really I want to do this to make sure I can point him at the very least towards people to help him on that journey if he wants to do it. If he wants to do that, I can say, hey, go look at this guy. He's not a racist. Go look at this guy. He's not a sexist. Go look at this guy. He just wants people to eat. He doesn't, want to shoot anybody, right? Yeah, if he's gonna do it, I gotta do it. I gotta make sure I understand what he's doing. And I've kind of done a little dive into the manosphere and partially some of this looks maxing stuff, and it's scary, man. It's scary, it's sad. A bunch of alienated, disaffected young men don't have guitars and garages to go into and don't make music for anymore. It's sad. These guys need an outlet for it, and they're turning to hitting themselves in the face with hammers. We gotta see the problem. Just doing coke. He's just a semi-functional drug addict. This guy Clavicular is just a semi-functional drug addict, and a millionaire because of it. And when it gets all into the politics of it, and everything is political, and the weirdest thing, and shoot me if you want, I keep hearing Drake's name come up in these dang manosphere conversations. Stuff comes back to state gambling, comes back to something wild somebody said about black women, and Drake was on the podcast the episode before, and it's just like, I don't want to think these things, because I don't want to project onto people. Like, dog, man, it's a little smoky, man. I hear people, and I want to listen to both sides. I hear them say, what ifs, and like, we don't know, and it's like, yeah, we don't know, and it's like that's kind of the point. It's like we don't know why Pusha T and Pusha T and Rick Ross, we don't know why they was flying commercial that day, right? We know how Drake got the plane. You know what I mean? I also know there's a lawsuit that said OVO defaulted on some loans. Like there's just enough to ask the questions, and it's like, hey, I have to assume he's this, but also right, he's got so much money, but also my record label needs to free me, but also there's bees on the table, but also my record label sued me, and it's like, or no, I'm sorry, I sued my record label. My record label defamed me because it doesn't like me. So, but okay. We're gonna sort of avoid accountability, so that's kind of what the arc of this is. Making sure, I demonstrate accountability. You can only be accountable for the things that you do, right? I kind of skated around not doing. Maybe I make a video about talking to myself. I do that, and I would say, hey, I'm communicating. Talking to yourself is thinking out loud in the same way. Talking to yourself is like talking to other people in the same way that, like, you know, having an audiobook on in the background while you do a bajillion other things. He made it so far. I just got passed. So dude can make it a quick 100 yards up the road. Let me see if I can get back to that. Let me see if I can get back to that. Accountability. You're gonna be accountable for what you do. Talking to yourself isn't the same as talk to a camera, putting it on. It's not the same as talking to other people. I think I'm doing the talking to other people a lot professionally, so I just have to put myself into more high leverage situations, right? Trust myself in the moment. Really gotta lean into my narcissist bag a little bit. Been a little bit too laid back. Gotta talk my shit, as Beyonce's father would say. Let me talk my shit. At least let me get something to talk my shit about. Then yeah, on the personal side, gotta get my ideas out there, right? Take in a lot, watch a lot, read a lot. I got some things to put out there. Got some ideas and some perspective. My perspective is here, right? We'll talk about that. But yeah, right, just letting it go, being comfortable with myself, so I can project that and be something my son can emulate. That's really the thing, man. I think it's really they don't do what they want. They don't do. They damn sure don't do what you want them to do. They damn sure don't do that. They don't do what you tell them to do either, right? Because that's the same thing. What kids invariably end up doing is kids do what you do, right? So they see you doing your job, they're kind of gonna apply the aspects of that into their life. They see you being a kind person, they're gonna be a kind person. They see you getting up, going to work, they're gonna be like, we just get up, go to work. That's how that happens, that's how it starts. Or right, it sort of veers to the complete opposite. But that is your biggest influence, what they see you do every day. So like I said, my son said he was going to be a YouTuber, so here I am, YouTubes. Here I am. Like I said, I'm a content creator now. I had other ideas that I want to do. Intro. This is who I am, but we're gonna do all that stuff, right? Because it's all good ideas, and we're gonna make sure we just execute consistently. We do it in good faith. Do it for the right reasons, and yeah, man. Catch you guys along the way.